Yeah, that's wonderful ideas of you, really. And as far as my concern, like using different vocabulary in their conversation, there is another strategy, according to me. They make a list, few vocabulary. They can make a list and put besides. While connecting with a learner, they can pick up one by one. Okay, but
Yeah.
they have to cautious for having relevant situations, related vocabulary. There is the only
Yes.
way of utilizing such a vocabulary, what he collected, right? What he make as a list. So this is the strategy, because where you are not going to forget, because surrounding you, you will have the your list, your own list, right? So you can look forward and then you can pick out one by one. So this is the easiest way, and learner can follow to improve their communication. Forgetting vocabulary, it's a part, you can say there is a major issues, because going on multiple thoughts into your mind while connecting with the people. We
That's
often
true.
forget. We often forget. So we have to work upon our thoughts as well, and this is a mandatory for each learner.
Yes, I absolutely agree because no, it's perfectly fine. So,
Okay.
how have you been today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. My day is going so productive. And what about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing excellent. Though I had busy schedule this morning, but somehow I got time to practice this language now. So now
Mm.
I'm just talking with you.
It's really my pleasure.
It's my also. Anyway, so we are not anonymous to each other, right? We had couple of conversations, so we don't need to uh give introduction to each other. So without just wasting our time in introducing each other, so let's discuss some topics if you are interested.
Yeah, sure. We will discuss about uh, learner's problem. I think that would be very convenient and very fruitful for the each learner, right?
That is
So
true.
yeah. So I have one question. As a normally, the learner have been facing vocabulary problem, like they are unable to take new vocabulary into their conversation. So how they will tackle out such a problem? What is your opinion? Can you manifest?
Absolutely. Not only other, even I also faced this problem when I was learning and I wanted to use some advanced vocabulary in my English, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what methods I utilized when I was enhancing my vocabulary? Like, still, I am extending my vocabulary. Okay. So, first, if you are watching any video, any you are listening anything, podcast, documentary, so whenever you are seeing new words in front of your screen, just pause that video immediately and jot down word on your notebook, then
Mm-hmm.
search it on Google. Try to learn in a different sentence. That if you are watching anything in English, when you are stumble upon any new vocabulary, any new word, phrase, sentence, just write down on your notebook. Then utilize in different sentence. First, you need to search on Google. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
ChatGTP is doing really remarkable because most of the time I'm using ChatGTP. So if people are facing problem in terms of enhancing their vocabulary, so they can help from the ChatGTP, right?
Yes.
So if they are not watching any video, anything in English, if they sometimes we also uh, like uh, speak in Hindi, right? Sometimes we don't know the meaning of this word in English. Just if suppose if I spoke one sentence in Hindi, but I don't know how to say in English, search that word on you like Google, Chat GTP. Though it will give you a little meaning, right? But if you ask in a different way, maybe will get a different meaning of that. Sometimes it happens, right? So first jotting down words with the context and with their synonymous, anonymous, like antonyms. So in this way, they can just keep words in their mind for many days, like, and you know that as much as possible when you keep practicing, you have to repeat those words, sentences, or phrasal verbs, right? Whatever you have learned, at least 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 days, then that word automatically feel like fix in your mind, right? You have to keep thinking that word again and again if you are really want to extend your vocabulary, because you can't just learn so many vocabulary in one day. Like if you are college going student or working professionally, so sometimes what you can do, like just make 10 words on with sentence on a list, right? So whenever you have a time, just see those words according your availability, right? If you are getting a break, watch those words, like see those words, like, so in this way you can also enhance your vocabulary, because I did it when I was in my college. That time I used to make like one list of 10 words, like on a page, and I used to carry to my college. So while traveling in a bus or during my break time, I used to read those words. So I think that was also beneficial for me to remember words and sentences.
Yeah, yeah. These are things we can say strategy and techniques, to remember out. And suddenly we can use such a vocab in our conversation in order to present our whatever project we have done, right? And that is a mandatory for each and every individual's life, because we have been engaged into a multiple responsibility and works in our life. So it's very difficult to come out of it. So we have to change our way, our strategy every single day, right, to become proficient into this language.
Obviously, efforts matter. Uh, Techniques also matter. Like if you are writing those words in your notebook, but you are not practicing them again and again, so there is no use of writing those words unless
Hmm.
you are. These are helpful techniques.
So nowadays, I have one question. Nowadays, what do you do for improvement your spoken English up to the mark? What do you do? You.
To be honest, nowadays I'm not going extra mile, except just immersing myself in talking with people. Right. Sometimes maybe I watch conversational videos, not very long, like around 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But the most important part I can say, I use Chat GTP. Na? Like so many thoughts like flow in my mind. So whenever I find that, yeah, I can make like some stories in this situation, so I use Chat GTP and I read
Mhm.
those stories on Chat GTP. I don't share with anybody, but I read for myself, so
Wow.
that I can just use those words in a story. I'm in the
Mm.
habit of, like, suppose if I am lying on a bed and I just thought so many words or sentences, I'm curious to know what do we call in English, right? So I instantly grab my phone and just start. How can I use this word in English and the situation? Then I jot down on another page on my WhatsApp, right? So in this way, I can say I am just enhancing my communication skill. I'm not just using so many techniques which are really like helping me, except using this Chat GTP and just making videos.
Yeah, you are right. So, like, do you also make so many sentences related to of your vocabulary what you learn, like others people
Yes.
also?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, you can say this is called preparation.
It is the best way to know the proper context of that word. How can we use in multiple situation, right?
Mm.
So when The ChatGTP will give you a prompt where you will get so many examples, right? According to their situation, you can use that word.
Yeah, it's a mandatory for every learners to get to know situationally how can we use words in our conversations, right? And
Yes.
it would be very convenient for those learners who you have the better information and better utilizations of words, right, into
Mhm.
their actual conversation. Many of them do not know how to construct my sentence relevant of my vocabulary, right? And that is a major issues of learner. So we
It
have to know the art of utilizing vocabulary.
Yeah, we can say this is the art of making sentences in a different situation, right? Yeah, it might also be a intellectual, like it depends on your comprehensive level, like how much you understand. It is also
Hmm.
people they are not able to understand properly, right? So that's why maybe they don't know the right use of some vocabularies and where they can use according their context. So it happens, but it could be overcome with the practice. If you like suppose you learn one word, right, try to make it different sentences, like
Hmm.
according Hindi, like sometimes we also use Hindi na, so we can use Hindi as well to frame sentences. If you are not able to use that word in your English and completely that word is very new for you, so take your help from mother tongue, then use in English, because I do this technique. Many
Yeah,
people
yeah,
say
this
like
could be,
translation is not good, but I can say like translation is not helping me, it's helping me.
of course, this could be the temporary initiative efforts of yours, but it will give you the proper sense. You can perceive it in a details, and it would be quite interesting and quite engaging for you to indulge yourself deeply into this and diving into a gradually, right, in order to form a lot of sentence and a statement situationally of you. That's a really great idea.
That's great, sir. So I have one question. In my previous video, like when I connected with you, so you told me you are a teacher, right?
Of course, yeah.
So are you at a workplace or in home?
Actually, this is my lunch time, so I thought it's better to utilize my time over my
Okay.
communication.
Quite sagacious and very like enthusiastic person in terms of this language, maybe. That's great, sir. So, sir, I want to know one thing. Like, when did you start your journey? Like, how did you start your journey in this language?
Yeah, I started by my own, and I have little bit suggestion through some of creator over YouTube. But I have not been taking any classes. But I got the idea by visiting a multiple channel. But I followed some of techniques and patterns in terms of improving my communication and learning by my own. So I did a lot of things like usually the people are doing nowadays. But I had a
Hmm.
dedication that is more consecutive for the learners.
That is true. Yeah, like if you are too much passionate, you are quite interested in something, so definitely you will start learning by your own. You don't need environment even, like you will not care about anything. Yeah, it happens. Some people they are just making excuse. They say that they don't have a environment, so how they can learn this language, and without having a like a physical environment in terms of learning, we have some technical environment now, like we have social media applications where we can connect with people globally, so we can enhance our communication skill. So yeah, it is all about our passion.
Yeah, if you stand for yourself, okay, and depending on only yourself, so you have to do all kinds of effort that is mandatory for you. Okay, that time you won't expect from other, other people. Okay, anyone will help you that time. No, you will be the enough for yourself in order to reach at your level and perceive what is very complicated for you at that time, right? And solve out by yourself. So you have to be a good communicator, good navigator, coordinator for yourself.
Yes. Obviously, no one can better than us. Like me, like if I say, like no one can guide you. If you
Hmm,
are the right person to guide you, na, so you can guide you if you have that much intellectual, right? People sometimes they depends on other that they will help them in order to learn this language. Not only in learning process, like in everything. Sometimes they just seek others help instead of like, and God always says, God always help those people who know how to help themselves. So I think if you know how to help you, then you can help others.
of course. And that's why I did. Nowadays, I'm able to talk to any people. Yeah, that's my effort, you can say. And
Yeah,
everyone can do like me.
obviously it is not a rocket science. Learning this language is not a rocket science, but it is our mindset now. Like generally, even I was also thinking, I am from Punjabi medium and I may not speak this language, and students who are from CBSE ICI board, they can speak this language confidently, but it is just a myth. It is just a myth, right? And many people they have proved this myth wrong, because even some government students, they are accelerating themselves in this language. They are speaking flawlessly, confidently, right? So it is just a myth. If people say na ki you are from Punjabi medium so you can't learn this language, it's their mentality.
Of course, yeah. Becoming Punjabi or any kinds of categories, it doesn't matter. If you're
Hmm,
really being able to raise your opinion about any matter, it really matters. You're being sufficient to express yourself, highlight over the matters, any kinds of perception of you, right? You do not
that's
need to depending on somebody, right? You would be the enough for yourself. And it's
yeah.
very mandatory for you, right?
Yeah, you should depend on you, not others. Anyway, so